approaching Earth from space. What do they know? Alabama's Redstone Arsenal selected as future home of U.S. Space Command. This article coming from spacenews.com. The future headquarters will have approximately 1,400 military and civilian personnel. The U.S. Army's Redstone Arsenal in Huntsville, Alabama, was picked as the future location of U.S. Space Command's headquarters. The Air Force Secretary Barbara Barrett announced the decision on January 13th, one day before stepping down from her post. The selection of Redstone Arsenal is a huge win for Huntsville, named Rocky City. U.S. Space Command is currently based at Peterson Air Force Base in Colorado Springs. Alabama was considered a long shot, and Colorado was the frontrunner given its incumbent status and concentration of military installations and space industry contractors. The U.S. Space Command was established in August of 2019 as the military's 11th Unified Combatant Command. The future headquarters will have approximately 1,400 military and civilian personnel. Redstone Arsenal was one of 6 finalists the Air Force announced in November. Besides Colorado's Peterson Air Force Base, the other candidates were Kirtland Air Force Base in New Mexico, Patrick Air Force Base in Florida, Joint Base San Antonio, Texas, and Offutt Air Force Base in Nebraska. Huntsville compared favorably across more of these factors than any other community, providing a large, qualified workforce, quality schools, superior infrastructure capacity, and low initial and recurring costs. Additionally, Redstone Arsenal offered a facility to support the headquarters at no cost. While the permanent facility was being constructed, the Air Force said in a statement, Redstone Arsenal currently hosts, and here is where it gets interesting, the Army's Space and Missile Defense Command, an Army Strategic Forces Command, an Army Aviation and Missile Command, the Defense Intelligence Agency's Missile and Space Intelligence Center, Missile Defense Agency Operations. The rest of it can be read in the link attached. There are many missile defense commands that are stationed there. And this begs the question, why exactly did Space Force choose their new headquarters at a facility that is already known for their missile and space intelligence commands? A video by the YouTuber Florida Mackie delved into this topic, and his video is linked below as well. In the video, titled National Alert, U.S. Space Force Command has now announced something completely unbelievable. He asserts that there is a possibility that they are positioning themselves to be able to destroy something that they might know that is coming upon the planet, which has not been revealed to the public. He questions the choice of Alabama amongst some of the more popular locations they could have chosen for their command center. Why, other than the fact that there is already an installed missile defense system there? While watching this video, something else popped into my mind. A number of years ago, I was reading a research book called Vaticana by the authors Tom Horn and Chris Putnam. In this book, they delve into the Vatican's unusual interest in extraterrestrials. Upon their research, they came across Mount Graham, a Native American holy mountain in Arizona, known for its unusual activity and believed to be a portal into other dimensions, or a stargate. Mount Graham is where the Jesuits admit they are monitoring something approaching the Earth. After the authors published Vaticana, the Pope's top astronomer took to the airwaves and the Vatican Observatory official website to explain what is happening with new ET-friendly theology and the Lucifer Device at Mount Graham. Yes, they have a Lucifer Device. It's an acronym for a device that is able to gleam deep into space. How odd that they would choose the name Lucifer for their Vatican-owned device. They quote in their book from Father Malachi Martin, another Jesuit who cryptically revealed something that was being tracked by Vatican astronomers that had great significance. In a 1997 interview on the popular radio show Coast to Coast AM, Martin said this, quote, "Because the mentality amongst those who are at the highest levels of the Vatican administration and geopolitics know what's going on in space and what's approaching us could be of great importance." End quote. What do they know? What are they watching? What is approaching us from outer space? Some people believe this is a UFO, a mothership. Some people believe this is the mysterious Planet X or Nibiru. Others believe this is an asteroid or comet. In the Florida McKee's video, he makes a connection to what is going on with Space Force and a movie called Greenland, which just came out. It's a movie where the Earth is threatened by a great comet that is to hit and destroy most of the planet. Their goal in survival is to make it to this underground bunker in Greenland that's been set up as a Noah's Ark in a way to save a portion of humanity. How odd that America, in real life, tried to buy Greenland. Coincidence? Possibly. Thoughts of asteroids and comets smashing into the planet, destroying mankind, destroying the planet. The odd comments made by the Vatican about something they're watching that is coming upon the planet. The choice of the U.S. Space Force to choose a missile installation for their new headquarters made me think of the book of Revelation in the Bible. It deals with the end time scenario, the tribulation, the time of Jacob's trouble, a future event that will occur that will catch the whole world off guard. There are several passages in chapter 8 of Revelation that correspond possibly to these stories. First we have Revelation chapter 8 verse 6. "And the 7 angels with the 7 trumpets prepared to sound them. Then the first angel sounded his trumpet, and hail and fire mixed with blood were hurled down upon the earth. A third of the earth was burned, along with a third of the trees and all of the green grass. Then a second angel sounded his trumpet, and something like a great mountain burning with fire was thrown into the sea. A third of the sea turned to blood, a third of the living creatures in the sea died, and a third of the ships were destroyed. Then the third angel sounded his trumpet, and a great star, burning like a torch, fell from heaven and landed on a third of the rivers and on the springs of the water. The name of the star is Wormwood. A third of the waters turned bitter like wormwood oil, and many people died from the bitter waters. Then the fourth angel sounded his trumpet, and a third of the sun and moon and stars were struck. A third of the stars were darkened, a third of the day was without light, a third of the night as well." How interesting. It mentions a great mountain burning like fire thrown into the sea. That does sound like an asteroid. And then it goes on to mention a great star burning like a torch. Could that be a comet? The star named Wormwood. Also in Luke chapter 21 verse 26, talking about the return of the Son of Man, Jesus Christ. Again, a prophetic end time scenario depicted here. Verse 25, "There will be signs in the sun and the moon and in the stars, and in the earth dismay among nations, bewildered by the roaring of the sea and the surging of the waters. Men will faint from fear and anxiety over what is coming upon the earth, and the powers of heaven will be shaken. At that time they will see the Son of Man coming in a cloud with power and great glory. Men's hearts will fear them, will fail them of fear and anxiety of what is coming upon the earth. Is this what the Vatican is watching? Is this what Space Force knows is headed our way? Time will only tell, but the signs do seem to indicate something is approaching the earth. Tune in Sunday nights at 7 o'clock Pacific Standard Time for our live show, where we talk about more topics like this, UFO phenomenon, the paranormal, biblical prophecy, strange mysteries, and hidden histories. We thank you for watching.